A tree diagram is an excellent tool for identifying the sample space and calculating the probabilities of all possible outcomes in a set of events, whether the events are dependent or independent. A jar contains 3 red sweets and 2 blue sweets. 2 sweets were randomly picked from the jar, one after the other, without replacement. What is the probability that both sweets were red, both sweets were blue, the colors were different? Let's use a tree diagram to answer these questions. First, we establish a starting point using a dot, which is sometimes called a node. From the start point, we'll draw branches to represent the possible outcomes in the first pick. In this case, there are only 2 possible outcomes. That's a red sweet or a blue sweet. Notice we put the possible outcomes at the end of the branches. The probability of each outcome should be stated on the branches. On the first pick, there are 5 sweets in the jar, so the probability of drawing red is 3/5, while the probability of drawing blue is 2/5. Now let's look at all the possibilities in the second pick. The top branch here is the scenario where the first sweet drawn was red. The jar would still contain sweets with 2 different colors, so still 2 possible outcomes represented by the branches red and blue. Now, if the first sweet drawn was red, then there are only 2 red sweets now left in the bag from a total of 4. So the probability of drawing a red sweet on the second pick, given that the first pick was a red sweet, is 2/4 or 1/2. Also, if the first pick was red, there are still 2 blue sweets in the jar from a total of 4. So the probability of drawing blue is also 2/4 or 1/2. Now let's look at the scenario where the first sweet drawn was blue. The bottom branch here is the scenario where the first sweet drawn was blue. The jar would still contain sweets with 2 different colors, so we still have 2 possible outcomes in the second pick, represented by the branches red and blue. Now, if the first sweet drawn was blue, then there would still be 3 red sweets in the bag from a total of 4. So the probability of drawing a red sweet on the second pick, given that the first pick was a blue sweet, is 3/4, while the probability of drawing a blue sweet would be 1/4, since only 1 blue sweet will be left in the jar, from a total of 4. The tree diagram is complete. Now let's calculate the overall probabilities. This is done by multiplying each probability along the branches of the tree. Recall that it's numerator times numerator over denominator times denominator when multiplying fractions. So moving from the start, the probability of getting 2 red sweets is 3/5 times 1/2, which is 3/10. The probability of getting a red sweet and then a blue sweet is also 3/5 times 1/2, which is 3/10. The probability of getting a blue sweet and then a red sweet is 2/5 times 3/4, which is 6/20, which simplifies to 3/10. And finally, the probability of getting 2 blue sweets is 2/5 times 1/4, which is 2/20, or 1/10. By the way, notice that if we add all the probabilities, we should always get a total of 1. Now let's answer the questions. The probability that both sweets are red is 3/10 or 30%. The probability that both sweets are blue is 1/10 or 10%. What is the probability that the sweets drawn have different colors? For the sweets to have different colors, it would mean that either the first was red and the second was blue, or the first was blue and the second was red. Add the 2 possibilities, and we get 6/10 or 60%. Let's do another problem. An insurance firm classifies motorists into two categories, cautious and reckless. Based on data, 60% of motorists fall into the cautious category. The probability that a cautious driver gets into an accident is 0.05, while for reckless drivers, the probability of an accident is 0.2. What is the probability that a randomly selected motorist will be involved in an accident today? Let's build our tree diagram. First, we show the types of motorists. There are two types: cautious drivers, represented by C, and reckless drivers, represented by R. Based on the data, 60% of motorists fall into the cautious category. That means the probability a randomly selected driver is cautious is 0.6. The rest, that's 40%, are reckless drivers. That's 0.4. The probability that a cautious driver gets into an accident is 0.05 or 5%, which means that the probability that they do not get into an accident is 95% or 0.95. Now, for reckless drivers, the probability of getting into an accident is 0.2 or 20%, which means that the probability that a reckless driver do not getting an accident is 80%, that's 0.8. Let's multiply along the branches to find the probability of all the possible outcomes. The probability that a cautious driver will get into an accident is 0.6 times 0.05, which is 0.03. The probability that a cautious driver will not get into an accident is 0.6 times 0.95, which is 0.57. The probability that a reckless driver will get into an accident is 0.4 times 0.2, which is 0.08. The probability that a reckless driver will not get into an accident is 0.4 times 0.8, which is 0.32. Notice that if you add the probabilities for all the possible outcomes, you'll always get 1. To find the overall probability that a randomly selected driver will get into an accident today, we add the probabilities for all the outcomes with accidents. That's 0.03 plus 0.08 and get 0.11 or 11%. Join us in the next video when we'll take a deeper dive into conditional probability. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to share and subscribe. See you soon.